Itu tanya kami salah on the day.
Bit of ceremonial proceedings. Luxury once again in this Indian Oil Duran Cup and officiating the season
Or
opener.
Punyala.
That was the iconic derby, the Kolkata derby between Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, which Mohun Bagan got past their traditional rivals with that goal from Sal Abdul Samad. And that was in the second half, the 52nd minute. And Lakshay, overall, his 11th Duran Cup game. And incredible, just one penalty in those 10 games that he had officiated. Pranay and Shubhashish, both defenders, both great friends. One stays in Kolkata and one 50 kilometers away in Barrackpore. Both from this part of the country. The toss happening in Pranay and deciding the side that they defend, which would be again the southern part of the park. Shubhashish was all smile, and hopefully he can smile well. And again, Panagiatas Del Perez go with a 4-4-2 attacking formation. And of course made 3 changes. Mehtab, Zahid and Tangri back to the bench. And leading the line would be Sal Abdul Samad with Manveer. And Apuya comes back exactly after 22 days. The last time he was on the park was in that iconic derby, the Kolkata derby. And here, Kaizat Amba Pardiwala has named an unchanged squad, the one which played against the Indian Air Force, and they got the better by 6 goals to nil. Devendra Thakur Murgaonkar, the only one leading, but up front. Saran Muhammad would be the live bearer, and so would be Renia Fernandez, who certainly found his mojo. And he knows it's a problem of plenty because so many great players and so much on the bench. And Kaizad has worked well with the young players. On the commentary area, I'm Pallab Basmalik, joined alongside the one and only former India international, the great Henry Menezes. Henry, welcome.
Thank you very much. This is going to be more than just a battle for 3 points, Pallab. It's a contest of possession against pressure, creativity against resilience. And that's going to be important to weigh out because Mohun Bagan, as soon as they get onto the field, they will look to impose themselves from the very opening of this whistle, while Jamshedpur will be ready for the fight for every ball and punish the smallest defensive error.
We are underway. The quarter-final 3 of the 135th edition of the Indian Oil Duran Cup. And Mohun Bagan defending from the left and will be attacking to the right of your screen. Rahul Beke comes back. Drazic, the Serbian, is already fielded into the squad. Avi Mittai has wonderfully gelled himself well the second season with the Mariners. Shweta passing back. It would be important that how and for how long can the Red Miners keep defending. Devendra goes down in a bit of a, could be a niggle.
Yeah, I think he's very still over there on the floor for a long time. The referee trying to ask him if he needs any help from outside. Not as much as he twisted on his turn there with the ball. But nevertheless, it's a great fashion that Mohun Bagan has started with a lot of possession, trying to get those channels on the wide. It'll be interesting to see how the Miners really get on with this. They have to really check on to the wides, That's something that Mohun Bagan will look.
Pressure here, and the first goal for Mohun Bagan. And who else? Sal Abdul Samad. He is riding a crest of glory. He is in a dream form. A bit of defensive lapse, but Mohun Bagan wouldn't mind. And could be the earliest goal in this edition of the Indian Oil Duran Cup. Sal Abdul Samad, he is clinical.
Look at that mistake. Absolutely give away. And Mohun Bagan is not going to keep you. They're going to test you. They're going to punish you if you give them the ball away. And look at that. A sublime pass for Sal. very cleanly, coolly puts that out in that. Goalkeeper out of position. They're not ready for that ball. But Sahal makes it 1-0 just in 2 minutes as the game goes by.
Fifth goal for Sahal Abdul Samad and 9 goal contributions. It's been raining here in the city of joy. And would it rain goals here? 245 minutes of absolute magic. Sahal Abdul Samad in this edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. And overall, this is his 8th Durand Cup goal. He's been in dream form. But here comes some response. Sanan Mahmud. Then counted cross, defended well. Apuya coming back as a big shot in the arm for the Mohun Bagan Super Giant. Manveer from the wide area, cutting, deals well.
Yeah, I think great piece of work there from Mohun Bagan, especially Apuya. His confidence in that box where the ball he had to defend was absolutely brilliant. It doesn't seem that he's come out from a long leave, but nevertheless, he's been one of the person whom you will see screening in front of the defenders, especially two centre backs.
Again, it's welcome back for Rahul Leke as well. Currently India international. Rodrigo, Sporting Club Delhi leads the leaderboard with Aladdin Azure. Should be in action later this evening. Sahal with the 5th goal. Dehan Razic controls it and rolls it on for Ovimite. But done well. Sanan Mahmud. Good transition in defense. Bala losing possession. Mite, good touch. Mohun Bagan, lovely link up play.
हेलो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार, लाइक करो, कमेंट करो। कौन जीतेगा, किसका सपोर्ट है भाई?
Should be a good matchup.
A great piece of fluidity here in passing. They've used both the widths. They've started wide to wide, wanting to stretch the defense over there. They've got enough space in the middle, and the pressure that they show when they lose the ball, they just get back into that area where they press and win the ball and just start again.
Again, lovely ball played into the box, and they're getting numbers inside the box. The Marinos and Liston. A bit of a clip from behind.
अरे भाई, मोहन बगान ने गोल कर दिया यार।
Everybody were looking at, look at him. He is under control of the ball. There was no ball there touched, but nevertheless brought him down from behind. But the referee just allowed play to go on.
Albino Combs in this edition of the Indian Durand Cup has played 285 minutes and made 5 saves, but couldn't save that one from Sahal. It had so much of quality, kept his cool, and is in great touch, Henry.
Yeah, brilliantly. When you talk about scoring hat-trick in the previous matches, you have the confidence. You come in late. You know, he's got the ability to come in late, to have the vision. The ball is going to come in behind the defenders, and that's going to be interesting. You are going to get Sahal coming in from behind, then Trashik also trying to put that ball for Manveer, who really looks at the channels between the centre backs. It's going to be interesting here because they are firing from all ends.
What's most impressive of Mohun Bagan is their interplay, that depth passing. They're making all those deep passes. Lovely bit of challenge again. Subhashish rolls that on. That was a brilliant attempt. That one at the end of it was Manveer. Just couldn't get that right flick on with the header.
Yeah, I think that is one danger area, you know, when you talk about Manveer coming in that first post and Subhash's post overlapping over there. They get into Liston and Subhash's get into that 2v1 and getting the balls really on that channel to get it in the danger area. But this time Subhash's fouls, gets him down, and a warning from the referee.
things tend to get little more physical. Again, the ground conditions. Kaizat is one who has done so well with the young players, and his preferred formation always has been a 4-2-3-1. He was with the Bangalore, the reserves, with whom they won the Reliance Foundation Development League 22-23 season and the Bangalore League as well.
Yeah, it's important, when you get your formations, you have to have the players like a Renner up front who can always, get into that aggressive attacking zone with his two midfielders at the back.
Liston rolls that on. Mohun Bagan has got the reinforcement. It's a great signing, the defensive midfielder from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Samir Zelkovic, is on the bench. So is Jamie McLaren, one has got 10 goals. The last season was wonderful. He's been an all-time top goal scorer in the Australia's A-League men's. So Mohun Bagan, as I mentioned, has got plenty, got in abundance, the talents I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a long league, when you talk about getting out from this tournament and getting into the season, you're going to have a lot of injuries, a lot of guards coming in, and they have to be ready with the bench strength. That has to be very importantly talented. And he's got a fantastic bench there.
He has scored a goal, this Alberto Rodriguez, a Spaniard. A bit of pressure here. Red minus. Devendra moving in the middle, so is Renia. Shredder looking for option on the left. Again, Nikhil Bala. Too close there, Sanan Mahmood. Hopefully he should have taken off. And here's Rashid Toy, a very young talent.
It's all about that midfield, not to give away the ball that we talk about. Adiata and Rashid Toy both are in the defensive mode over here, giving enough space for Mohun Bagan to really operate there. And then those loose balls that Mohun Bagan look at, to get back into position, get the possession well. And they've been really, right from the word go, they have shown they're very aggressive when they are in the attack. And that's exactly why they got their first goal, and what a way to get it. Sahal just putting that ball in. And look at that bench strength we're talking about. McLaren.
Just one more to do it. Wow.
Yep.
And this man has got a problem. They call it's a good problem to have, a problem of plenty, Henry.
Of course. When you talk about you've got so many players, it's not very easy to deal with it, because you need to have the players in top condition over there. Competition between two players for one position. And what more problems do you want to have there? You select the best.
And look at the shape of the Mohun Bagan squad. They're maintaining it in Apuya in a more defensive role. He's attacking and operating from the deep down, the typical number 5, and Anirudh Thapa in a little more frontal, is going central. So important for that build-up for the Mohun Bagan supergiant. Done so well. They're the second highest goal scorer in the group stage. Scored 15 goals. Just one behind the Sporting Club Delhi. And this is one squad whom you have to keep watching, Henry.
Yeah, we've got to have a little bit of out of shape here for Jamshedpur. They've not been able to really keep the man-to-man marking. They've been giving that space to really operate there, especially on the wide. They've been time and again listing Kulaso. And if you look at Subhash Bose, just giving a lot of threat there to the defense of Jamshedpur.
Rainier. Doesn't he look that same old green Rainier? Young, exuberant.
Yeah, he plays box to box, and that's very important for the team. Always guiding the midfielders over there, especially when you talk about Sanan and Aman. He's the man who tries to put those difference-splitting passes up front. We've seen a lot of goals from them. They've also scored 12 goals in the tournament, and they've shown that they can burst into attack. If you see Mohun Bagan relaxing in the defense, they have got speedy players on the wide that can really give them a run for the money.
Well, Rainier is one of your favorite boys, of course.
Yeah, he's got a hat-trick, so it makes him a very important player there.
God, the shape is perfect. So much of discipline, lovely touch. Rajic. Interception in that pass. Parla. Albino Gomes beaten once. Pressure here. Prannoy trying to move out of their own zone. And Mohun Bagan, just look at the body language. They are not complacent, but they are very confident. Aren't they?
With Tapia and Anirudh Thapa, they have been a fantastic in the midfield. They've really exploited that space over there easily at will. Their passing fluency, their pass is very good. They're very explosive when they get up in the attack, especially listen to Golasso on one side. We have Dragic on the other side, and then the wide defenders coming out for help.
Again, the line broken with that forward pass from Rahul Becky.
Great
Manveer
to see Rahul.
at the end of it was trying to control it.
Great ball. That is a penetrating ball. Getting behind the defenders is very important. Dragic tried his level best to get Manveer on that. Just nicely deflected by the defender.
Before this evening, Mohun Bagan have got 27 shots on target. That is incredible. And 210 touches in the opposition box. Wow.
Yeah. Mohun Bagan is one of the best sides that we've saw. They've not conceded a goal yet, and that makes them defensively very strong. But in the attack, they've got so much of power, so much of threat that they can give the defenders. Sal coming from behind, you have Liston coming from the left. From the right, you have Dragic, and then Manveer up front. Always there are about 4 or 5 maroon shirts up front, giving options in front of the box.
With the first quarter gone, that's Sahal magic. Separates the two sides. Shweta. Avan CK. It's done well with the red minus. Sluggish in the build-up. Good little 1-2 played. Through the defender. This could be dangerous, but again, Vishal Kaid. Body on the line, and Kaizad knows this is a massive chance coming Avan's way.
A really nice piece of movement over there. A little bit relaxing that the defenders didn't catch that run. Nicely getting off that. Look at him. He goes inside a little bit acute and a little close to the goalkeeper. Makes himself really big. But what a chance that was. Only wondered whether he had another option on the left and he could have passed.
Pressure on the Mariners. Can they defend? Shubhashish heads it away. Again, long range attempted. Rasatoy mid-play. A lot of players from the Jamshedpur under 17. Through the system, they are into the under 21 and then on to the seniors. This is a wonderful system, Henry. Grooming players.
Yes, absolutely right. That's something we call about churning, getting the youngsters going up the ladder to the senior. The loyalty is there, and that's the reason why they give their 100%.
Sanan, good touch. Has some support in Parla. Fernoi doesn't find Sanan because he didn't take off. Radio made a communication expected. And Apuya just controls the pace of the game. And Mohun Bagan now at times in a walking pace, but they have got, make no mistake, explosive firepower to shoot and attack.
Same you can talk about Jamshedpur now. When you talk about Sanan with his speed, Aman on the other side, Devendra has got great experience to be clinical in front of the goal, and Ryan are coming late from behind. They have to be careful over there. If they slacken or relax or lose concentration, there is a chance of getting punished.
Fernoi has his task cut out. Aman, 8 goal contributions. He scored a couple of goals, but 6 assists. And has been a good signing. Tries to wriggle past. Have to be careful on such surface. You need some bit of a special footwear. Oh, great ball in. Sanan means that challenge, but that was a little too heavy. Failed to keep it alive. But Sanan could at any moment spell danger.
You're talking about that acceleration up front in the left. He's got the speed, he's got the acumen, he's got the ability to curl the ball to the right person up inside. He had everything right, but just could not keep the ball in play.
But have to be very, very careful. You know, at times when things look a little one-sided, maybe the lapse of concentration creeps in. That one meant for Trazic, but dealt well. Prabhat Lakra.
Got the long aerial balls on the wide, has been troubling Jamshedpur. But Lakra really alert there is this man. Once he gets the ball, he can control, he can bring in more support. What a player he has been with his assist to Sahal in the last matches we've seen him.
Trazic to the near post. Manveer couldn't get hold of that. Shubhashish does well. Good soft first touch. That's lobbed in. Men for Liston Culasso. They've swiped the flank. Liston comes to the right. Trazic moving to the left. But here comes the Red Miners. Done by a goal. Bala. And all the good work wasted.
That's excellent from Apuya and Rahul Beki. They just get inside. Don't allow them to get into that danger zone. And the diagonals that come in far is also opening up the channels of the wide. Liston just could not hold on to that ball. He's been trying. In the last match we've seen him 7-8 shots. Just couldn't hit the target. He needs to find his scoring boots.
Again, we saw a brief look at the Mohun Bagan bench. Panicator still Paris. He should be on the same boat, brothers. He's was a goalkeeper. Same like you, Manveer. And he's looking for the first silverware on the Indian soil. Did so well the last season with the Punjab FC in the Indian Super League. Very tactically sound and got a good temperament.
Yep, great piece of work once again from the defenders, but Liston needs to get back his confidence. He needs to get back into the game. He needs to get back into that scoring.
Apuya. When he's there, Mohun Bagan doesn't have to worry about the defensive screen that they put up in the midfield in the zone, just in front of the back four. That's wonderful. And talking about Panicator still Paris has been in charge of the Mariners since 6th of July. And that's gelled well with the boys. He is a player's man.
think the result shows no loss yet, even a goal not conceded yet. And that's something that you love to start off a new season with a new team. And what more, he's got the confidence to play. The players are moving ahead. They're playing attacking football, and he's enjoying it.
Great ball. Aman, but only finds Alberto Rodriguez. Have to be clinical in the passing as well. This Jamshedpur FC. They have attempted only 20 shots before this evening in the 3 previous group stage games. Sanan. We're past midway in the first half. In that Saharapur Samad magic separates the two sides. Rashid Toy, still very young, learning.
Yeah, I think they've got some very good young players. And we saw what Mama did in the last match. Scored 3 goals. His first hat-trick, the 17-year-old. And that was very interesting to watch. But that's Devendra once again getting the hit. And the game is going to be physical there. Because look at that. Almost the elbow getting onto his back of his head. Dangerous play. Look at that.
Well, both from Goa. Devendra
Yep.
from Panjim and Liston from Devon. And here is Kaiser is having a deep, hard look. Shweta doing so very well. He's a wonderful player. Rose from the ranks of the Red Miners. And here's a bit of option there. Get a goodness. Absolutely unchallenged, unmarked. Pratik Chaudhary had moved up. Should have kept his cool. And Pranay Halder as well.
Yeah, that was a great teasing ball over there. Look at that. Nobody marked the runners over there. Just coming from behind, Pratik just had to keep his composure and balance a little bit to keep that ball on target. It would have been worth a try.
Well, this the first time the Mohun Bagan defensive shape took a beating there. Because all had clustered together. Even Subhashish not in his zone. Pratik Chaudhary. Jamshedpur FC have done well. They're one of the best second-placed sides. They qualified from Group C behind the Sporting Club Delhi. And they lost to Sporting Club Delhi by odd goals to 3. Sanan put them to the lead. And then Sporting Club Delhi were reduced to 10 men. Ashutosh Mehta was red carded. But Namte scored those brilliant press, which gave them the 3 full points to Delhi. Delhi has been one. A lot of people are noticing them now.
Yeah, they've got a scoring machine with them, with Rodriguino and Pena, who really came in and blustered the ground over there in the last quarter-final, getting a huge score. But nevertheless, here Jamshedpur really getting back into shape. They've been started to have possession of the ball, getting into the game, breaking those lines, getting into the attacking zone, and even trying to get a shot at goal. And that's going to be heartening for them.
Pranay. Mohun Bagan, wonderful record in the Indian Oil Cup. And just look at the last 3 seasons. And twice they are the finalists. They won it in 2003, runner-up in 2024. Oh, that was absolutely a great pass meant for Rajat. Just couldn't keep it down. Not the perfect spot jump. He spotted it well, but couldn't keep it down. Could have been the goal number 2 for Mohun Bagan Supergiant.
Yeah, great space behind the defenders. If you look at Sahar with his composure, beautiful lob there around and above the goalkeeper. But came in a little bit too early there. Rashid could have timed his run just could not be on that ball.
Manveer. Again, bodies on the line. But the referee is somewhat blown. Lakshay. He was very, very close. And again, Mohun Bagan comes calling in the deep areas.
Yeah, too much pressure over there on Manveer. There's one or two defenders not allowing him to take that shot. But he manages it somehow or the other. He exactly knows where the ball is. And what a defensive shot break that was for a corner.
The go-to man, Papa. Delivered well, but defended better. Abhimitain. It's a skipper in support. He's doing all that distribution. And look at Saran Mohammed has fallen back in defense. Red ball again. Manveer, not the right touch. And Mohun Bagan quickly getting back into the shape. Talking about the Mohun Bagan's success in the Indian Oil Durant Cup. 2023 was a wonderful season for them. Oh, lovely slide challenge. And the referee rushes up Lakshay. He showed 3 yellow cards in the Kolkata Derby, the season opener.
And that was Lakra simply going on a sliding tackle, but tries and sweeps him in. Doesn't allow him to go up, and that's very much picked up by the referee. What a great player he has been on the wings time and again. That pressure coming on him. He's been there first with the ball.
Pressure on Albino. Trajic is ready to deliver. And he can deliver inch perfect crosses. Lakshay having a word with the players. And Rahul Bek, a bit of wrestling, a bit of pushing and shoving.
Great warning there from the referee. He wants clean play there inside the box. And that's good sometimes when the referee comes in and warns players.
Trajic, not the best of set pieces. Defended well. Lakra. Jamshedpur FC 0. Mohun Bagan Supergiant 1 as they head for the mandatory hydration break in the first half. And overall, they are under no pressure, this Mariners.
Yeah, early break for Jamshedpur, especially lack of concentration there, giving away the ball in the middle of the park while they got conceding that goal over there. Otherwise, they've kept their shape pretty well. But Mohun Bagan a little more experienced side with some individual brilliant performance. They have kept that possession very well up, especially there. We've not seen too much of Anirudh Thapa, but nevertheless, Sahal was the man who just got in for that goal. And look at that. That was an amazing late entry into the box. 2 white shirts could not stop, neither did the goalkeeper. And what a way to start. 2 minutes into the game, 1-0 up for Mohun Bagan.
That was again a little bit of lapse of concentration. And could you call it a bit of inexperience? Rasatoy Mitte, very young player, was in that act. He was trying to clear that one, but again couldn't stop and prevent Sarabdul Samad with his run. This man is not satisfied. He wants more. And why not? There's so much of armory. There's so much of ammunition. He can really fire. But so can Saran Mohammed as well. I haven't seen the goalkeepers so aggressive. Are you, Henry?
Yeah, you should be there, especially when you have, like you said, the ammunitions are there, but you're not firing. It's going to be an aggressive talk over there on the lines, and that's exactly what Del Perez is doing. And same with Kaizad. Kaizad knows that his players made a mistake in the defense by giving away the goal. they've regained their shape, they've regained themselves back. They have to just have a little bit of confidence that they can go into beyond that attacking zone, especially when Shubhash Bose just comes up into the attack. They find that place, and Aman is the man who can really go through the two important attacks which have come in for Jamshedpur has come in for the wide.
Vicky. Abhivite. Sends in a good cross. Should have been much better finish from Rajic. McLaren acknowledges, and so does Samir Zalkovic.
Yeah, that was a quick transition over there, and Abhimitai does not lose that one. Gives the ball for an oncoming Drašić. Comes in a little bit late. Could not just keep his balance there to connect that ball out. That would have been one of the best goals of the tournament.
Dražić lost his shape. Both the sides, just one shot on target. And of course, Sam Abdul Samad with that brilliant conversion. Albino. He's been very experienced. He's played across clubs in India. Been with the Kerala Blasters, with Churchill Brothers, Mumbai City FC, long time back, 16-17 season. Apoya. Abhivite. Not a very good sign. Apoya goes down. He's just back from a rehab. After 22 days, the game continues. Sanan Mohammed. Vishal Kait and all the other Mariners are a little worried because this man is down. He's got maybe a little bit of injury to his left eye and the shin bone.
Yeah, as soon as he gets the ball, he wanted to pass that ball on to Liston. And look at that outstretched leg just coming in. He just could not control himself. Look at that. Just wonder how he can go scot-free after that tackle.
That was Rashid Mitte from behind. 18-year-old. You call it a bit of youthful exuberance, should you?
Yeah, I think they're aggressive because they want to prove a point over here. Especially Rashid Toy. He's always been the defensive midfielder. Always wants to cut up the ball, but Apuya with his strength, with the experience that he's got in, he just released the ball much before that tackle. And that's the captain asking why was he left without giving him a card.
Trying to put a bit of pressure on Lakshay. The referee, he's also officiated in the Indian Super League as well. 10 games to his credit. He's been a regular for the Indian All-Tournament Cup as well. Just one goal separates the two sides, which is never ever safe. Mariners know it. Panicatus, Dylan Perez knows it. And that was the reason of his being a little anxious look that he gave during the hydration break. Apoya is all right. Sahab. So easy on the ball. From the wide area, the skipper. Great ball in. Was it a handball? They're feeling for it. The referee very close. Did he handle it? It looks so. Oh, great help pass, Sahal. Thapa. Liston rolls it on. Apoya, left footer. Body off balance. And not the desired result. I haven't seen him so very animated. Is he amused?
It's 36 minutes into the game. You score your first goal in 2 minutes, and after that, that happens over there. You know, frustration little creeping in. They want every little chance to be countered, and that was a handball, very clearly seen. Outstretched hand, the ball hitting it. Our cameraman did pretty well for us to notice that. The referee doesn't see it.
Yes, of course, the great camera work. And certainly the outstretched hand, that ball hitting the hand. And it was quite a legitimate appeal from the Mariners. So it was Thanos walking up and down like an wounded leopard on the touchline. He was not amused at all.
That was too animated talk from you, but nevertheless, it's something that the coach always feels. You have to get more goals in your pocket if you want to be safe. This is a knockout. It's not a league where you can come back into the game, and you really need goals on top there. Because all of a sudden you have allowed Jamshedpur to really come back into that shape.
Manveer, Salabdul Samad, little deflection. Is it going in? Albino did so well in the second attempt, and his second jump gets that ball away. Could have been the goal number 2. Salabdul Samad is very hungry.
Yeah, well done there by the captain, where ball just loses a little bit of sting in that defender, loops behind, but look at the Albino, just gets on his quick foot there to get back, and the outstretched hand. I'm wondering, was there an option on the left where Rashid was really moving dangerously?
Papa again, chance for a header. Alberto Rodriguez had moved in. Papa again. And off the ricochet. Rajaj, right foot again. Salabdul Samad takes a deflection, goes for a flat kick. Mohun Bagan, super giant, ever prevalent.
Yeah, they know exactly that mid-block has been very beautifully managed by Jamshedpur. They've really got in that block, not allowing that space to really take that shot, and Sahal has been really denied the second time.
Bit of frayed temper. Should pulled out. Referee trying to control, talking to the skippers. Pratik Chaudhary. Alberto Rodriguez, the Spaniard.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult when you see Mohun Bagan entering into the attacking zone. They are in numbers. There are 7, 8 maroon and green shirts there.
The fourth one, would it be fruitful? Papa. Curls that in swinger. Header from Alberto Rodriguez, but not to the right direction. He got a headed goal.
There. Yeah, he was warned there before by the referee, if you start pushing the defenders, and that's exactly Chaudhary there, Sardak, Pratik Chaudhary.
Alberto scored a headed goal in the game against South United. 9th minute, the first half. In which Mohun Bagan got past the team from Bengaluru, 8 goals to 0. And the game in which Manveer Singh scored a hat-trick. And it has been incredible, this 135th edition of Indian Oil Durant Cup. So far, we have seen 9 hat-tricks, of which 7 by Indian players. Never happened before in this long history of the Indian Oil Durant Cup.
Yes, absolutely. And 4 of them come from these 2 teams. You see Manveer, Sahal, then Rainer, and Mawa, who really brought in great scoring abilities.
Yes, again, you have to talk about Midul Dole as well. A boy from Arunachal Pradesh. Halicharan Nazari again, getting back his old mojo. Manveer and Vishnu PV.
That's Devendra trying to get away from the defender there. Brought down. Very hard-working striker there. Comes from Goa.
Aman Singh, a bit of twist and turn. Comes central. Support from Chaudhary. Rainier. Sanad Mahmood. Wrong pass. Manveer 1v3. Option on the right. Sahal arrives. Into the box. Still controls it. Has Liston to his preferred foot. Could clear it. But just off the back post. And he knows it was mighty close.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Sahal. He just brings that ball. Lovely skills from him. Turns himself with the ball, with the defender behind him, and then just lays that ball off to Liston, who's been in the great position. You've seen him score goals from there. His curlers have been always appreciated, but this time doesn't hit the target.
He's got 10 goals in the Indian Oil Durant Cup, playing his 24th game here. And the Serbian goes down. Could be, it looks like a bit of adductor spasm, because the way the physio is dealing with him. And here are the supporters. They have braved the rain. They've come all the way from all over the places to this iconic cauldron.
Yeah, that was a doctor's call from our studio to know that injury. Nevertheless, those are the injuries that keeps you out. If it is really bad, you will not be able to continue. It'll be interesting to watch what he does over here.
Kalau nak bang, double
But
ha.
all true to the
Double
fans over here. They've enjoyed the game. The free
Bang,
flowing
iya tu dah
passes,
hanya dia latar
possession,
malu dah hanya tu.
territorial
Ini kalau nyetir dah cetan saya dah double lah.
composition from Mohun Bagan has really
ঠিক
shown
gaya bang.
that they are a team to watch over here with attractive football. They've used the entire ground, whether it is the wide channel or going in from the between. They have split the defense over here.
And there would be questions about the fitness of Dehan Dragic. It's an actor. Some people, the commoners, call it a groin injury. At time keeps the players out for action for quite a long time. Sanan Mahmud. Bala again. Sanan controls. No more game time for Dragic.
Oh,
Russell
latar
Doyle.
na.
And off the ricochet. Jamshedpur FC. They equalize. Devendra Thakur Murgaonkar, the one from Goa, celebrates in the Sioux style. 2 clean sheets for Vishal Kait, but just couldn't control it. And the stroke of the 11th break. Here comes the Red Miners. An absolutely brilliant conversion from Devendra Thakur Murgaonkar.
We're talking about make a mistake and they will get punished, and that's exactly what Devendra does. Eye of an eagle for him. Just follows that ball so quickly. Looks at the goalkeeper. The ball starts tipping at the end. He wanted to catch the ball but punched it right in front of Devendra, who was in the jiffy. Look at the number. He also moved a little bit late over there. Devendra first with the ball, and what a goal to his credit. Super stuff here from him.
Absolutely bounced onto that little ricochet from Vishal Kait. Mohun Bagan supergiant fails to keep the clean sheet in the first goal that they have conceded in the 135th edition of the Indian Oil Durant Cup. And Devendra scoring his second this edition and his 10th Durant Cup goal. Here comes Mohun Bagan. Abhi Bittai pulls it back. Good transition. And on the break, and Russell Doyle was the one. He's long ranger. Put Vishal Kait in a bit of a challenging situation. And Vishal Kait couldn't keep the ball away from onrushing Thakur Murgaonkar. Kian Nasiri is here to replace Dehan Dragic, and that could be a little ominous.
Yeah, fantastic when we're talking about that. Jamshedpur are gaining that shape in the defense. And that's exactly what happened. Long ranger. But the goalkeeper Vishal Kait was not ready, I suppose. Just had to palm that ball out behind the goal, but tried to stop it. And gave a great chance for Devendra to really convert that.
Liston. This pass, Arania. Does well, trying to find Aman CK. Kian Nasiri's first touch. Gets a skip on the line. Shubhashesh. 3 minutes of borrowed time in the first half. Anurul Thapa. And could be little casualness script in the Mariners. And that is the reason. Again, listen to us. A little forceful run to the back post to whom? Again, Nasiri does well. Control set. Has support from Shubhashish. Rolls on. Absolutely a missed pass. Well, the great word from Sir Alex Ferguson. Always said, respect your opponent.
Yeah, I think that's a lack of concentration, like you said. And that was punished very well by Devendra. And a little bit shoulders drooping over here as final into the second half.
So again, couple of goals scored. Sahal with the earliest of this season in the second minute. And at the stroke of the 11th break, Devendra Thakur Murgaonkar did punish Mohun Bagan Supergiant. Jamshedpur FC 1, Mohun Bagan 1. A lot of action in the second 45 to follow. And have a look at the match statistics. 10 shots by Mohun Bagan and 1 on target. And 5 by the Red Miners, 3 on target.
Yeah, absolutely. And slowly and steadily they allowed Jamshedpur to get into the game. And that's how it went on.
And if you have missed the action, the first 45, in a nutshell, the usual pre-match ceremonial. Shubhashish with Pranoy. Victor. With a defensive lapse, Rashid Doi. And Sarabul Samab, his magical right foot.
Strikers like this, getting in from behind. Abdul Sahal, simply dangerous. He doesn't miss goals with those mistakes. Just was very calm there, but slowly and steadily, Manveer also got the crosses from Bose, who was getting burned from behind on the full backs. Launched that cross, but misses that chance. And this was a great opportunity here for Aman. Safely getting inside, a little bit acute, but goalkeeper does pretty well to make himself big over there.
Yeah, that was a lovely work from Vishal Kaitan against Sahal, and this should have been converted. Nihan Dragic. Mohun Bagan Supergiant, little wasteful, but that was lovely for overhead pass. Sarabul Samab. That was goal bound, absolutely brilliant save. A massive save from Albino Coombs.
Especially with that kind of saves, you bring in a lot of confidence with the defenders, and that's the reason why you saw defenders really putting their body in line for every ball that came in after that. And that was a great miss from Christian Colasso. On any other day, he would have put that ball in.
This was the moment. Rashid Doi with the long ranger. Vishal Kaitan, bit of a lapse of concentration could be. And he's a little palm away, fell onto Devendra, and who absolutely made no mistake and celebrated in that famous shoe style. Couple of goals, nothing separates two sides. The next 45, again, would be much more intense. Don't go anywhere. We are back with the live action after the break.
चार महीने
यही तो वो पल है जो आपके साथ रहेंगे।
टेस्ट क्रिकेट से होगी शुरुआत, फिर एशिया में विमेंस का एक ही है मिशन,
रंगी, सतरंगी, अतरंगी।
उसके बाद राइवल्स के साथ सबसे बड़ी जंग,
हाई प्रेशर मुकाबला है।
और फिर रो को उतरेंगे न्यूजीलैंड चैलेंज के लिए।
बहुत बढ़िया जोड़ी है ये। The legacy continues.
4 महीने इंडिया का नॉन स्टॉप क्रिकेटिंग एक्शन सिर्फ सोनी लिव और सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर।
अरे यार ये तो पलटा और मार लगता है हैं?
टांगड़ाने को नहीं आया है चंदन
पलटा
चंदन की लकड़ी लेने के लिए आया हूँ दोनों चंदन में क्या फर्क है क्या ये वाला चंदन चाय नहीं बना पाता
इंडियन गेम शो सुनी लिव और सुनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन पर कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में तिरंगा स्टेडियम की हवा से नहीं लहराता, वो लहराया है इन खिलाड़ियों की सांसों के जोर से। लवलीना बोरगोहेन जी, जय कुमार जी, शर्मिला धानकर जी एंड हर्षमिता जी, जिन्होंने देश के गले में 39 पदक जो है वो डाल दिए। भारत माता की कॉमनवेल्थ स्पेशल सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन पर।
तुम जानते हो मैं कौन हूँ?
जांच क्या है
कॉलेज गई हो?
खाना बना लेती हो?
लो कुमकुम लगाओ। मुझे नहीं, तुलसी को। तुम सच में जानते हो कि मैं हूँ कौन?
तुम तो जरा भी नहीं बदली। I found something in the store.
What did you find?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. All these places and buildings, rooms, misremembering themselves. It's a real mess, but also beautiful in a way. No.
What is this?
थोड़ा इधर आ जाओ, थोड़ा इधर। हाँ, थोड़ा ये एंगल से लो ना। हाँ, और आप भी थोड़ा इधर आओ, इधर इधर। भाई आप भी है, थोड़ा बैठो नीचे, थोड़ा नीचे, सामने देखो, सामने। ठीक है सब बराबर? गुड टू गो। सामने देखो, सामने। हाँ, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में तिरंगा स्टेडियम की हवा से नहीं लहराता, वो लहराया है इन खिलाड़ियों की सांसों के जोर से।